So let's say you're a streamer like I am, and you're playing CSGO, and you want to also chat with your viewers, you want to stream in real time, but sometimes there is a possibility that the enemy is stream sniping you and you want to fix it. But for you to fix it, for you to put on delay, you have to actually restart the stream. You have to turn off OBS streaming, put on the delay, and then start the stream again, which is kinda bad. Because as you already know, you don't want to turn your stream off and on while you have some people watching. It's annoying. You'll most likely lost some of your viewers. People be like, oh my god, press F5. Oh my god, the stream is gone, what's happening? Stuff like this. I would also want to point out that you don't need to subscribe to this channel, just you can press like if my video helped you, but I'm only making this video in English because I think it could help someone outside of my country, but usually I'm not making videos in English. So what do we want to achieve from this? We want to speak with our viewers in real time and sometimes turn on the delay, let's say 30 seconds, 1 minute, without the need of restarting our stream. It's kind of complex to set it up, but once you know the concept of it, it will be easy for you, I believe. You will need 2 instances of OBS running at the same time. I'll show you some launch options for it to make it easier. You will definitely need an RTX card for your stream to run, let's say 1080p at 60 FPS. You will need some free space on your hard drive for recordings because, man, we will not be only streaming, we will be also recording and playing the record at the same time. You will need advanced scene switcher plugin for OBS, and you will need to set up some shortcuts. If you have Streamdeck, that's the best option, I guess. And the last thing you will need is some fancy timer for your viewers to see, like some sort of countdown until you will play the delayed video. The main magic goes through recording your game scene with second OBS into MKV file, which is afterwards, after some time, which creates the delay, played with your main OBS. So your second OBS is creating a record .mkv, and you wait like half a minute. And if you played it, if you open the MKV file after half a minute, you'll have half a minute delay. The main perk of MKV file is that you can play it at the same time while you're recording it. So you have 2 instances of OBS running. The first one, your main one, as you already know, is for streaming and playing the record, the footage of yours. And the second OBS is just to record your footage to be played afterwards with some delay with your main OBS. Hope it's understandable. I'll show you how I got it executed on my side. So there you can see my 2 instances of OBS. The upper one is main OBS for streaming and playing the delayed footage, and the OBS below is for recording the footage to be played afterwards. So the 2 scenes we need to watch out for are the delay start and delayed. The delay start scene contains the timer, the footage of countdown for viewers to see, and the delay scene is the MKV file of delayed footage. So the point is we will need to set up some shortcuts. But before we start, we will need the plugin called Advanced Scene Switcher for the OBS. I'll put the link down in the description, but I'll show you when you have installed it already, I'll show you how you need to set it up. So you go to Tools and there's Advanced Scene Switcher. And here there are only like 4 tabs. We need more because I don't want to do it through macro. I'm kind of old schooled. So we press this, which will reveal the rest of the tabs, and we go to sequence, and I have already the sequence set it up here. It's when the delay start scene is active. That's the scene when the timer is going on. Is switched to delayed after 30 seconds. The delayed scene contains the footage of the video we recorded with the second OBS. That's the footage people will see delayed. So whenever time you put here, that will create a delay. So my video, my footage with the timer is like 30 seconds long. So I'll put 30 seconds here and it's all Gucci. It will automatically, after 30 seconds, jump to delayed scene. So we get the concept, but what about the other OBS? If we have single PC streaming setup, there's a problem that our webcam can be only cached by one instance of OBS. Same applies for our gaming capture. So when we switch to our first scene, to our delay start scene, we need our webcam to be turned off in the main OBS and revealed in the second OBS. Same thing for the game capture. It's easy to achieve. You actually click properties on your webcam and there's a deactivate when not showing, which do the job. If it's not active in the main OBS, your second OBS can catch it. We don't need to set this to game capture because it already works like that. Game capture is not active when it's not implemented in the current scene. So maybe you already got the idea why we have two scenes in our delay OBS, inactive and active. Inactive is like nothing, and when we execute the shortcuts, it will switch to active and it will take our webcam and our game capture for it to be recorded. It looks complex, but it's pretty simple. I think you can already do it on your own, but still, I'm gonna try to show you as much as I can how to set it up. The hardest part on this, from my point of view, is the fiddling with your settings. Just to be clear, just for everything to go smooth, and you know, you have a single PC streaming setup and your PC is doing like 4 things at the same time, 4 big things. It's streaming, it's recording, it's playing the recorded footage, and it's also like working out on your game, you know. So I will show you the settings for my main OBS, the one which is streaming content to people. It's here. Streaming and recording should be the same for me because I'm testing things like this. Okay, I set up the recording preset like the streaming preset, and I'm just testing it offline just through record to see if it's working, you know, just to be sure that when I start the stream, everything will go smooth. So it's pretty much basic. If you have a partnership, it's CBR, 7750 kilobits. Preset is quality, not max quality. It's just working for me, you know. Maybe you can try max quality, I don't know. Profile is high, look ahead is turned off, and psycho visual tuning is turned off. I want to lower the pressure of my GPU. And you can also see that I'm recording in 1080p at 60 FPS and the Lankos filter. Audio is set to 160. And now I'll show you the second OBS for the record, the settings. Output is here. This is not streaming, so there's like the default, but the recording tab, it's through CQP, I don't know how to say it in English, sorry for my English though. Encoder, it's still NVIDIA, like in the main OBS. Preset is quality, CQP 20, I got 20. You can, the lower the number here is, the better quality the recording will have, okay? So it's default, it's like 23. You can try, put it upper, put it lower, just to see which one works best for you. For me, I guess it's 20. Again, look ahead and psycho visual tuning is turned off. Profile is high. This is very important, guys. Be sure to have MKV selected. And of course, the recording path is for me on driver D in folder delay. There is also one more thing for us to have set up in advanced step. There's recording and file name formatting. We just put in delay and override if file exists. That means that every new delay we create, the file will stay the same. It's the same name and it will get overwritten. We need for it to be the same name because you want to catch it with the first OBS. Click apply. Okay, and I think that everything should be ready. I just forgot one more thing. In audio tab, you want to have your audio to be on 320. It's better to have higher audio quality to begin with. And yes, I think that's it. Okay, so I'll now jump into my CSGO to show you how it looks. So we're here in CSGO, and as you can already see the timer, I'll press on the delay and we'll see each other at the end of the delay scene in kind of similar time. Okay, so let's go. Yes. And we're here. Also, if your advanced scene switcher is not working, just to be sure to select the transition, okay, which for me is simply cut. And now I'll show you what's inside those two main scenes, delay start and delayed. I just created two previews for you to see, for me to comment on it. I'll describe everything, I'll try, okay? So the first one, the preview of delay start, it looks like this. Viewers will see the countdown, your countdown. Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's the only thing you'll have in your pre-delay. Yeah, like for me, it's called delay start. And after 30 seconds, it will switch to delayed. But I'll just show you how it's set up. So pop, here's my display capture turned on. You'll not have webcam or audio in this scene. You'll only have your medium, which looks like that. It's for me, the file location is here. It's local file. Yes, we don't want it to be looped. And we want restart playback when source becomes active. Yes, when we switch to the scene, it will start from the beginning. We want to use hardware decoding when available. Yes, and we want to show nothing when playback ends. Okay, whatever, when it ends, it just ends. We just switch to the delay scene. We don't need anything more. Okay, but we don't want to have checked closed file when inactive in this situation, because sometimes it can take some time for the file to be loaded. Okay, so if you don't have this one checked, it's always ready for you to press the delay button, the delay shortcut on your Stream Deck or Bint on your keyboard, whatever, and it would work just fine. Okay, so that was the preview of delay start, which works like a pre-delay scene. And now to the main scene, to delayed scene, it looks like this. You can already see me playing from today, and I'll just pop out the display capture, pop, and yes, here you can see how it looks in the OBS. The only thing you want to have here, is the delayed recording. You don't need anything else, okay? You don't need your audio or webcam. You can't, just only the file, the delayed recording file, which will be provided by your second OBS. If we go to the properties, to the settings, you can already see I have it on my second hard drive on D. It's just it had a different file name, don't get confused. I just picked another file for me to showcase it to you. Usually you'll have like only delay.mkv, you know, the file you already set up, the name you already set up in OBS before. We don't want loop to be checked. We want the restart playback when source become active. Yes, there's a big no-no. You don't want to switch out of your delay scene when you already playing the delay scene. When you do it and you switch back, it will start from the beginning. You know, you'll just lost some time of your delayed footage, which we definitely don't want that to happen. So be careful of that, and use hardware decoding when available. Yes, it's better for my GPU to take some more load of the processor, and show nothing when playback ends, okay, and close file when inactive. We want this to be checked because it's kind of a huge file, and yes, it would work. I don't know what will work for you, but for me, it works like that. And that's everything, just two scenes in our main OBS. Easy, guys. I'm trying to describe it as fast as I can and tell you everything you need to know, but I know it's maybe my description is not that good, so bear with me, guys. I'm sorry, okay? English is not my native language, and I'm kinda sometimes very bad at describing things, so I hope you still know what's going on. If you don't, maybe if you ask in the comments, I'll reply, or someone else will reply. I don't know, can't promise anything, but yeah, we can try to help each other. And yes, now it's time to show you how the second OBS looks like, the active scene. So if we switch to this scene, it already catching up to my microphone, and it also played some sound. It's just like doo-doo-doom-doom, which is like addition, nothing you need to be having as well. Just ignore it, okay? It's just some fancy stuff on my side. But yes, I have alerts here. Here are my alerts. Those are catching up in the delay scene. And the audio, which I said you don't need to be bored with. And yes, there's a webcam. There's a, okay, it's in Czech language, but it means game capture. This is a game capture. And my mic and desktop audio. So this is everything we need to have in our active scene. We have a shortcut on our Stream Deck, so when we go into our delay start scene, which I'll show you here in the preview, our webcam and game capture will not be present. It will not be present in our current scene. There's only like the medium, okay? There's only like the timer going on, but no webcam and no game capture. And then this happens when the webcam is not being catched by the first main OBS. The second OBS can hook to that webcam. It can eat the content from the webcam, okay? It's allowed to. Also applies for the game capture. So, okay, the delay start scene is active, and I have a timer on my shortcut, just like half a second for my OBS to be able to catch the camera. Okay, I hope you know what's going on. I hope you know you understand. So yes, the camera will get cut off from our main OBS. Only the timer is going out to the people. People are like, oh my god, there's a countdown was happening, and the webcam and the game capture is not present. And in our second OBS, it's already in. The webcam and game capture are already set up, are already on in the scene and recording. So yes, I think you already know how those scenes are set up, how the whole concept of delay or the delay through two OBS instances is working, the stuff with records, webcams and blah 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 blah. Everything I just throw up on you. And now the last thing we need to know are those shortcuts. Just one thing to point out, when you have scenes like I have here in my Stream Deck to select scenes in OBS, be sure to start your main OBS firstly, okay? The Stream Deck will catch onto your first OBS, and you don't want it to be catch onto the second delayed OBS when you not have the specific scene you want to switch, okay? So always start your main OBS first, and after it you will start the delayed OBS. I just remembered that I'll also need to show you how those launch options for those OBS instances looks like. But yes, that will hopefully be the last thing, and now I'll show you the shortcuts for delay scene. So I have two multi-action shortcuts here in my Stream Deck. The first one, which I press when I started the delay, will just show you, it will switch the OBS scene to delay start, where is the countdown timer, you know, which will get after 30 seconds switched to delay scene, to our delayed footage. There's some delay, okay, which takes like half a second just to... It's better for the webcam. You'll see, you need some delay here because the webcam will, you know, it will not get cut out. It will not exit the first OBS properly, and the second OBS will still think it's present in the first one. And yeah, it's kind of, and then you need to turn it off and turn it on. I mean, the webcam, yeah, for me, 500 milliseconds works just well. And there's F18 hotkey. We can already see what's this one doing, and let's scroll down, and there's nothing for F18. Okay, so this is something for our delay OBS, let's say, and here we can see it's switched to scene, it's switched to active scene. Okay, so at the same time in the main OBS it was switched to pre-delay to delay start. After half a second in the delay OBS, it will switch to active scene. The active scene in the delay OBS will get active, and the webcam and game footage will be present, you know? I hope you still catch on. It should be easy. And there is another delay, 100 millisecond delay. For me, it works. And F19. And what is F19? I think I already know. It should be, yes, it's start recording, okay? So this is my multi-action for the delay start. It will switch to start delay scene. It will take some time for the webcam to be deployed from the first OBS. Then it will switch the scene to active in our delayed OBS. Then there's some delay for it to start recording, just to not be like pressed at the same time. I think you can cut off the delay here, maybe it will work, but yeah. Okay, and the second most important one is the end delay shortcut, multi-action. If we open it, I can see there's a hotkey F20 on my side setup, and there's some delay, half a second as well, again for the webcam to switch between OBSs, and the obs-studio scene is FullCam. So it's set it up like when I end the delay, it will automatically switch to full screen. So I'm like playing game, we finish, I press the end delay, and it will switch to my full screen webcam, and I'm just like, oh guys, it was a good game, you know, and people can see me on full screen. Ha ha ha. Okay, very nice, very convenient. So what is F20 doing? As we can already see, it stopped recording here in our delayed OBS. Also, there should be, you can see the warning here. That means the F20 is also binded to something else, which is perfectly fine. And that's something else which is switched to inactive scene, you know? So at the same time, the record will stop and the scene, oh, sorry, OBS, and the scene will get switched back to inactive. So in that way, the webcam and game capture is released. It's like, ooh, freedom, and the first OBS can catch onto it, okay? So the main OBS can catch the webcam and the game capture again, and be back. We're just streaming. We are in our main OBS, and there's no record going, there's no more delay, and we are here back with our viewers in real time. On to the last thing, which I already said, which will be launch options for our OBSs. Okay, it's you don't need to use it, but it's better because every time you launch 2 instances of OBS, it's like, oh, you have already 1 instance of OBS running. Are you really sure you want to blah 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 blah, you know? And you don't want to switch the scenes, like you start one OBS and you need to switch scenes to be like stream, and the second OBS to be delayed, you know? I didn't mention it, but as you can already see, there is a profile and scenes called delay, and we have a profile and scene called stream. Okay, so that's just, we have like 2 different settings for our OBS instances. This is very important. Maybe I should say that beginning, maybe everyone is confused, was confused, but yes, we need 2 different settings and scenes for our OBSs. So the main one is just stream one, and the second one is just the delay one. So I also have a shortcut for it. I got before I start the stream, I press this one, the OBS. It will start the classic OBS, the upper one you just looking at, which will have where I have the preview enabled, and then I start the second OBS, the delay OBS, which will pop out. The preview will be present as well. The only thing I'll do, I'm just gonna like disable the preview, okay? Because we don't need the preview on our delay scene. We just want to see what is going on our live stream. That's everything we need to know. Okay, so I create a shortcut for it here, and there's a launch options. So this is the main OBS. Okay, it's in my, yes, that's the location of the OBS. It's pretty much default. And then there's a parameter of scene which says FullCam, which is like which scene will be opened when I first open the OBS. It's FullCam. The profile is stream, which we can see, and collection is stream. Okay, that's for the main OBS. I don't need to close this one, what I'm doing. And the delay, maybe you already figured it out. You're smart, I believe you are. And there's a collection named it's kind of, yeah, there's a different setup. Okay, it should be I don't know, for it to look better. Yeah, there's arrangement problems, but okay, the collection is delay, profile is delay. Yes, delay. Okay, it checks out. Scene is inactive. Okay, we want to start in inactive scene to be ready to not switching anything off. And there's an important command. We can also put it into the first one. Doesn't matter. Just don't need it here because the second OBS I'm usually starting is the delayed one. So this command, it just do that it will erase the notification that you already have 1 instance of OBS running. Okay, it's like, oh, are you sure you want to run the second OBS? We don't want to click every time, and we don't want the annoying sound like, you know what I'm talking about. So this comment is like fixing it for you. There's also one thing, the cam thing, okay, which I got binded to F13, and it's kind of good because you can like you see show hide webcam. You can like I don't know, I got it in both OBSs at the it's doing the same stuff. It revealing and hiding the webcam. You know, sometimes you want to hide your webcam because something happening, I don't know. You know, I got the same settings for microphone, and yeah, it will just hide your webcam either if it's in the delay scene or if it's live. And I think that's everything you need to know about my delay setup. So this is it. If this video helped you, be sure to give a thumb up. As I said earlier, you don't need to subscribe because I'm not creating content in English, only in my Czech native language. And of course, if you want to point out anything or ask anything, be sure to leave a comment. I hope your win percentage will raise up with this setup, and GG easy.